Hey guys, so I was actually able to achieve the rank of what they call God in PvP. It's called God, and you get this thing, Godly Player, it's a title. And what that means basically is that you achieved battle rank 70 in this sort of new format of ranked PvP. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly show you guys what that animation looks like when you actually hit rank 70 or the God rank. And then I'll go ahead and show you guys some other stuff and what teams I used. And I actually do also want to show some clips of some fights that I had. But I also do want to talk about 5 units that I think actually could do really, really well in this meta right now that I haven't seen many people use. So let's go ahead and check out the animations, and we will be right back. Okay, so here's actually what the PvP screen looks like when you achieve the God rank. And obviously when you switch back and forth between the training battle and the rating match, it switches, right? So this is like what it normally looks like. There's like no cool background or anything. And now you have like sort of like this gold, reddish background to the PvP screen to represent your God. I mean, it literally says Godly Player right here. So basically, again, I'm ranked 33 overall. There's really not that many people that are ranked 70, battle rank 70. We can even just go ahead and take a look at the overall rankings here. I mean, there's got to be like 40 max. The season ends tomorrow. So, I mean, look, we have, let me just keep scrolling down until we get to the first person who's not ranked 30 here. So let's see here. I mean, I'm assuming there's like 40. Hey, look, there's me. Yeah, it looks like there's 41 total battle rank 70 players in the entire world right now. So only, as of right now, I'm recording this video on the night of the 29th, only 41 people have the God rank. Look how many hybrids there are. Look at the future Gohans, the Trunkses, the Goku and Vegetas. So, yeah, I mean, it's a pretty exclusive thing. And just going through my battle history real quick, in order to basically get this title, the way that the new system is designed is every time you win a match, you're getting like a very small amount of RP. And if you lose a match, you're losing like 10 times the amount of RP you would have gotten if you won the match. So for example, from battle rank 68, 69 all the way to 70, I think in terms of like how much RP I would have lost if I lost the match is probably in the range of like 130 to 120 for a loss. That's how much I would have lost. And then you can see here, a lot of these matches getting me 20, 30 RP, sometimes 40 depending on what the ranking of the person I'm fighting is. So like you win a match, you win 10 matches, and you can lose basically like 2/3 of that amount of RP by losing 1. So you pretty much have to maintain like a 70 to 80% win rate to really make progress to the God rank, I feel like, in PvP. But let me just quickly jump into a training battle real quick, just so I want to show you guys what it actually looks like. So let's jump in with this, obviously not real team here. I wanted to show you guys what the aesthetic looks like here, because it actually changes the way that your information is displayed on the matching screen. And then after that, I'll go ahead and talk about the team that I used and why I picked this team. If you guys have been... Okay, so this is what it looks like, right? It has like, all my information here, but instead it has like this like burning God symbol here, different colors, and it's just a cool look, right? So I'm going to quickly show you guys what team I'm using. If you guys have paid attention to all the videos that I've released, there's definitely been one pairing that I haven't really done, and that's because I wanted to save it specifically for this one. And you guys... If you guys have seen all my videos, you guys will probably know what that is by this point, because I've made a lot of videos with this character that I haven't used recently. So I'll be right back. Alright, so here we go. This is the team that I used to basically go from, I want to say, battle rank 65 or so, all the way to battle rank 70. So it was a lot. It was a lot of matches. I want to say probably in the range of 50 to 60 matches. I'm pretty sure I only lost 2 matches in total with this team. And I think both the ones that I lost, I had like both rushes get gassed, and like my opponent like landed both of their rushes or something. So this team definitely performed to a very, very high level for me. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you would think that, the meta right now is heavily, heavily dominated by like tons of overpowered purple characters. We can even take a look at the character list here, right? Let's just filter by purple. I mean, in terms of like which purple characters you're seeing in PvP right now, you're seeing Zamasu, you're seeing him a lot, you're seeing Goku and Vegeta a lot, you're seeing LF Rose a lot. I see Cell once in a while, obviously Revival Gohan. So a lot of these really powerful purple units, I mean, they're just everywhere pretty much in PvP right now. So I think, you know, purple being by far the best color in the game, you are pretty much a little bit apprehensive, at least a lot of people probably are, to bring a green character. I would actually say right now, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is probably really the only green character I'd consider bringing right now. Let me just check what other green characters are there. Broly actually isn't bad. Goku Black and Zamasu I could see bringing in a few scenarios. God Topo has his instances. Obviously Super Saiyan 3 Goku can be strong. But I think, you know, by far the best green unit in the game right now is Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. And the reason why you really want to bring a green unit, even in this meta where it's heavily dominated by a bunch of purples, is because this whole team is based around countering Goku and Vegeta. I fought Goku and Vegeta pretty much 80 to 90% of my matches. I was fighting Goku and Vegeta. They are a character you must build your team around countering if you want to climb in this meta right now. And obviously with them, their main gimmick is that they can swap their typing. So they go from purple to the reverse of purple, which means that a green character is going to have type advantage over Vegeta, the Vegeta variant of this character. And in that scenario, Gogeta is really what you want to be using here. The reason why I have Oob on the team is obviously just because he's really good. The green card is like absolutely broken. And the main reason why I decided to use Oob over another character is because of the fact that, you know, a lot of people have started using LF Rose to nullify Endurance, because Endurance is such a prominent force in the meta right now. Oob, if you build him the right way, actually can live a Rising Rush from Purple Rose. And that's the main reason why I put him on this team, and, you know, why I decided to go for, you know, double defense Z abilities and an HP buff for this team for Oob. I feel like, you know, him being able to live a Rising Rush from Purple Rose is enough for me to include him on my team. Plus, he's also giving support. He's also, you know, the main ability giving him card draw speed, the green card, everything. The complete package that he brings to the team, I think, is just really, really powerful. And then obviously Goku and Vegeta, I've actually built them in a way that haven't really seen many other people do so far. But I've built them in a way so that they're more defensive than most builds that I've seen. So obviously this one is basically a must-use, no matter what you're doing. Health restoration is really, really important, plus all these like insane stats that they're getting. This one I've actually found to be probably one of the most important equipments for them. They can combo for so long that I feel like you don't even really want to charge step with this unit. I feel like, because in a lot of the matches that I've done, I've stopped charge stepping with Goku and Vegeta. If I know for sure that I'm going to be, you know, start comboing for a long period of time. You can also stack up their card draw speed, have 2x card draw speed, they're getting key back. So you can do long side steps after blast cards. And honestly, from start to finish, if you start the combo with 0% Vanish, you can finish the combo with almost a full Vanish meter back with this equipment. So I feel like this is honestly a must run. I actually might go ahead and pump this up to 15% just because it would help them even more. And then this is honestly just also a must use on pretty much every Saiyan character in the game. Just 15% to pure damage versus Hybrid Saiyans, a bunch of health, and then extra blast damage. So I'm basically going for, you know, sort of like a mixture of utility, defense, and offense on this character with this setup here. On this setup, I think they have like 3.2 to 3.4 million HP. And then, you know, I think the one other thing to mention about this Goku and Vegeta is don't be afraid to just have them eat damage. Preserving Gogeta's like massive damage cut and then 2 special cover changes is really important for this meta right now. If you are taking damage with Goku and Vegeta, sometimes I've left them in where they've taken so much damage that they're like 10% health. They can heal from 10% to full HP in like 30 seconds. Like, give them 2 combos and they're back up to full health. So it's, you know, you have a lot of leeway with them, and if you play them correctly, you can really, really see how busted this character is. If you get your rush guessed by a Goku and Vegeta, you are in a very, very bad spot in this meta right now. So this is the team that I used. What I'm actually going to be doing is I actually recorded a like 18 to 20 fights that I did with this team, and I'm going to go make that a separate video. That's going to be one of the longer style videos, like hour plus long. So I'll go ahead and make that a separate video, but I do at the end of this video probably just want to show a few fights that I had towards the end of my grind with this team, just so that you guys have some gameplay to watch here. But this is the team that I used. Again, you just always bring the top 3. I actually had, I think, one fight where I brought Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and then I was like, okay, I'm not, I'm not doing this again. But yeah, Gogeta and Oob. I think in every single match that you play in PvP right now, you always want to be bringing 1 green and 1 yellow, because you'll always have a way to counter the Goku and Vegeta if you do that. So it's just super, super important that you do that. So with that said, we're going to go on to the next portion of the video where I talk about 5 characters that I think very few people are using that are actually really, really good. Alright, so the first character is going to be LF Full Power Frieza. Now this character is on, I believe, which banner is he on? I think he's on the Goku and Vegeta banner. And I think this is the first time he's actually ever come back. But the main, attractiveness of what this character is able to do is the main thing that he's nullifying endurance just for existing, just indefinitely. And very similar to, Purple Rose, those kinds of characters, you can just rush with this Frieza, and a lot of times you just are able to kill like Future Gohan. Future Gohan's in like every match. You're able to kill the new LF Sword of Hope Trunks. He's in like every match. He's also yellow. You guys will see a theme throughout the 5 characters I'm going to be showing off here. That a lot of them, actually I think four of them are yellow. Just again, like I said, purple is just so dominant right now. But yeah, yellow is very, very good typing right now. Card draw speed. His green card's really good. He can get his Vanish back with his main ability. A really, really powerful unit. Blast cover change. But the endurance nullification is definitely the reason why I put this guy on my 5 characters list of characters that I think you should use. The only issue with this Frieza is that I don't really think Powerful Opponent right now is that good. It's definitely not a bad team, but when you compare Powerful Opponent to something like Movies or Saiyans or Hybrid Saiyans or Future, it's not at that level. So it's tough to really say, oh yeah, this Frieza is really good, use him, because his teams are not at that level. But remember, with the leader skill update, you can do some interesting things with him. And actually, something I definitely do want to try is pairing up some of the more powerful characters with Lineage of Evil. So like for example, you could run Goku and Vegeta on Lineage of Evil with this Frieza and with like the purple LF Frieza Zenkai. That's an interesting setup. The fact that this Frieza is able to do AoE on his blue cards, plus a lot of the characters are yellow, or sorry, a lot of the characters that you're fighting are going to be purple. Like you're doing so much damage with this Frieza, so that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, this Frieza is very good. Let's move on to the second character. So interestingly enough, with all the future teams running around, I actually didn't end up fighting that many LF Reds Corrupted Zamasus in my grind. Which is interesting because obviously with me running Oob, you would think a lot of people would decide to bring this character, but they just straight up didn't. So I'm not really sure why. But this guy is really, I would say that his value in this current meta is higher than it's ever been, honestly. And the main reason is because, again, a lot of endurance characters running around, and with his main ability, he has the ability to nullify endurance for 30 timer counts. So if you find yourself in a position where you can pop your main ability and, just get a Future Gohan and kill him with either your ultimate or a rush, like you're in a much better off spot, because that Future Gohan's super annoying on the Future team with the Trunks now. Another scenario is you can actually end up killing a Sword of Hope Trunks with this character if you catch him in a green card, because remember he goes type neutral on green card, plus the main ability giving him the endurance nullification, so that is something else to note about him as well. And I think actually overall I would say, based off of my experience playing a ton of matches, the amount of blue units that you're fighting has definitely decreased a bit. I mean, obviously Sword of Hope Trunks is in a lot of matches, but like you don't really see that many Namek Gokus anymore. You don't really see that many Bardoks anymore. So a lot of these powerful blue characters that you used to see running around a lot are not as prominent in the meta right now. But this guy definitely, I think, is a character you should probably look into using. I would say that if I'm building a future team, he's one of the first characters I'm bringing on my team, especially because I think Red is not really in a strong spot right now. Red is one of the weaker typings in the game, so this is my number 2 pick for the top 5 characters that I think are underrepresented that are really, really good in the meta right now. Let's move on to number 3. Alright, so the next character I have here is going to be Android 17 from the Tournament of Power, and it should be pretty obvious as to why I decided to include this guy on the list. His basically just sniping capabilities to just instantly kill or severely cripple the Goku and Vegeta, assuming they're swapped into the Goku variant, where they're weak to yellow characters. So Yeah, this 17, he has two ways of locking you in. His blue card does lock you in, and so does his green card. So you can actually go into him off of a blast. You can switch into 17. You can use your green card, just rush them. That's one way to get them out, right? The only problem with this character specifically is the fact that his teams have not really aged that well. The two teams that he's on are the Universe Survival Saga and the Androids team. So Universe Survival Saga, I would definitely say is not really that viable right now, especially if you're trying to go for the God rank. I would be very impressed with somebody who's actually able to get that with the Universe Survival Saga team. Androids is not as bad. I actually feel... I was very close, by the way, to putting Android 18 on this list. Because I don't see her ever. And obviously Yellow being one of the stronger typings in the game, her being able to pair up with this 17 right here, you could actually run like a solid double Yellow Android setup with those two Yellow Androids. So I feel like it's not a bad decision at all. But this guy, yeah, I mean, again, his main worth just coming from being able to just snipe Goku and Vegeta, and at that point, you're in a major advantageous position. So this is my pick for the third unit. Let's move on to number 4. Alright, so this is my number 4 pick for most, I guess, underrepresented units that are really good in the meta right now, and it's Cooler Movie Goku. I actually consider this guy to probably be the most underrated unit in the entire game. He's one of my favorite characters. He has an AoE green card, he has a blue card that reduces sub count, he gets like 3 times card draw speed, he's healing every time he switches in. It's a very broken character. He has insane defenses. He reduces enemy ki when he switches in, which is actually really good against Goku and Vegeta. Again, a yellow character that is able to reduce ki. Again, like I think 4 of the characters that I'm showing here are yellow. So there's a reason for that. But I've actually, because this guy, comparing this guy to like Android 17, which we just looked at, Android 17 is good, but again, his teams are not really at that level. This guy can be ran on Saiyans or movies, and I would actually say that both of those teams are like top tier. Like those are some of the best teams in the entire game, if not, Saiyans probably is up there in contention for the best team, and so is movies, honestly. So you can throw this guy on a team with like Revival Gohan, the Goku and Vegeta, obviously. You can even throw them onto a team where you have like Sword of Hope Trunks as the leader, and then you throw him on the movies team as a leader. You have this guy and like Revival Gohan together. That team was super annoying to fight. But yeah, this guy healing every time constantly, and providing the or giving himself the card draw speed and damage inflicted buffs whenever the enemy takes damage. Remember, Trunks is powering up his gauge whenever he takes damage, and this guy's getting powered up as well. So eating hits is not really that big of a deal for him, and his last man standing capabilities are also pretty formidable. So I really do like this Goku a lot, and honestly, you can't really go wrong for including him on any team. The only problem with him is that I feel like not many people summon for him because his banner released right before the Legends Festival, so yeah, that's the only sort of downside to this. But that's my number 4 pick. Let's go ahead and move on to number 1, which I think is by far the character that I would say I'm actually shocked that people aren't using this character. And he's definitely, I think, the most powerful on this list in terms of the current meta. Alright, so my number 1 pick here is Yellow Demon King Piccolo. I mean, does this really have to be explained? He is still, to this day, one of the hardest hitting units in the game. He has card draw speed inherently, and obviously, as with a lot of the other characters in this list, he nullifies endurance, just, base from his kit. So, the ability to steal Dragon Balls and nullify endurance and rush very early on in a game. Like, you grab a rush from this guy at like 160 counts, and you rush a Future Gohan, or you rush a Sword of Hope Trunks to this character, and you win the game, right? It's over. You won. Because then you get your second rush, then you get your third rush, and it just spirals way out of control. And then even if you're not fighting a future team with all the endurance characters, this guy's still going to be able to one combo Goku and Vegeta if they're switched into the Goku variant. And it's not like Vegeta's going to come in and like one combo this Demon King Piccolo, because look at his defenses. He has 194,000 strike defense. And then honestly, 181,000 blast defense is not bad either. So that in combination with just, how much of a nuclear bomb he is offensively, I feel like he's just like, I'm shocked that I think I only ran into like 1 or 2 of this yellow Demon King Piccolo in my grind here. So I think the main reason behind that though is just the fact that people want to use the new characters, and this guy's obviously on the regen team. But again, you can throw him on like, a Saiyan team if you want to in the leader slot, and he's gonna work perfectly fine. So a team with this guy and you know the Goku and Vegeta together with their anti-revival mechanic getting you Dragon Balls, and you're stealing more Dragon Balls with this Demon King Piccolo, things can get out of hand real quick. And if you guys are looking to climb up the ranks really fast, I would actually recommend trying to find or build a team around this guy. He's going to carry you very, very quickly up the ranks. So those are the 5 characters that I decided to include on the list here. Some other notable characters that you could also talk about. I think Fat Boo is actually not a bad option right now. Locking in a Vegeta and then just rushing him, you know, early on in the match could actually be a way to just quickly grab a win. Same thing to say for like God Topo here, right? So I actually did a video on God Topo. He's really, really powerful. Again, you can sort of have a similar situation to what I just mentioned with Fat Boo, where you come in off of a blast, use your main ability, lock Vegeta in, and just kill him with your ultimate. But the only thing with God Topo is that I feel like he's pretty one-dimensional, right? So if he just gets caught in a combo and rushed, like it's over pretty much. But he's still very good. But yeah, those are the 5 characters that I wanted to show you guys there. Let me know down below what you guys think about that. I'm probably going to try and do a video soon on Demon King Piccolo because I'm just shocked that nobody's using him. But with that said, I'm going to quickly show off a few fights that I did sort of in the final stages of my grind. And it's going to be no commentary. I actually had the Blizzard playing in the background, which I can't play on YouTube. That was like a copyright claimed. So I'm going to overwrite that with some other music. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. And finally, the God rank has been achieved. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue doing this every single season because it was pretty tedious to get this rank here. Again, you know, rank 33 overall. Not a very pleasant thing to do, especially with the new system that punishes you heavily for losing. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the fights. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.
やる。これで終わりにしてやる。終わりだぞ。遅えよ。耐えられるかな。100倍一番なかなか楽しめたぜ。